up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. We actually just had a ton of special guests today. We had Wes show up, we had Chris show up. Chris showed up like twice, but now unfortunately everybody has left. I don't know if you can see, usually when it's bright back there nobody can see anything. But that being said, today, well, I mean, we've already kind of started, but today's like the big step because I can confirm a couple of things that are going to be happening with the LLY that you see here. Now, when I bought this truck, I kind of, in my mind, had a direction on what I wanted to do with the Cat Eye Chevy. My very first truck was a Cat Eye Chevy, and I could not wait to get back into one of these things. I mean, it's just one of my absolute favorite body styles. And then when you color match them like we did here, I'm having California Auto Works go through and just paint every surface here black and or white. Whereas we could have just left things like the factory blackish plastic, but we all know that grays out in the sun. So every little bit of black here is actually painted a gloss black. And yes, I did wash the truck right before this video, but I didn't realize I was out of microfibers until I started. So essentially, just got to rinse off today. But anyways, I think I have the direction completely figured out with this truck. I've ordered the wheels. Hopefully we get them here next week. Working on what we're doing suspension-wise for it. And then we've got a package sitting right there in the bed that we're going to get to today, and I'm really excited about. So let's start back at the front of the truck here. You guys will remember we swapped out the headlights to just a really clean headlight setup. And it kind of ties in with the mirrors and the white and black theme that we were going for. Now everybody comments on how ugly the big amber cab lights are up on top. And you're not wrong. Those are a horrible eyesore. As well as the third brake light. Third brake light not as bad looking. And these taillights, I know it's gonna sound weird and totally against what I normally am, but I actually don't hate these taillights that this year's Silverado came with. If you have any red accents on your truck, it's actually like they tie in really well. But being that we don't have any red accents on this truck, well, yet, maybe, I don't know, stay tuned for that. We're gonna be swapping these out. I'm opting to go for a very clean setup on the truck. So I think everything I ordered is in this box right here from our boys over at Supreme Retros. So let's just crack her open and see what we got here. I already give credit to them for having the super sweet branded boxes. One of the absolute killers on having to send in headlights or taillights or anything like that is the packaging, especially mirrors. You know, unfortunately, these mirrors ended up showing up broken when they got built. And again, I don't really fault the guys that painted them. You know, we've all seen the UPS guys that beat the crap out of stuff, but like, you should have packages specifically for GM mirrors, considering most of these guys do like 500 tow mirrors a year. I would have some boxes that fit tow mirrors perfectly. So let's see what we're digging into here. All right, we got lots of paper. Oh, you can probably already see what we're gonna be doing here. We're gonna open this box last. These are actually Recon taillights that are gonna be replacing these, but instead of just going factory Recon taillights, which Recon actually makes some decent looking taillights if you don't want to spend the money to have anything pulled apart or painted. My hand's not quite big enough to palm this thing, but these were actually pulled apart and custom painted. And I can smell the paint. We'll pull the rest of the stuff out of the box here. So, I went a couple different directions with the lighting on this truck. On the headlights, I opted to not buy super expensive headlights or have them custom painted because you can find a pretty reasonable option. These are Amazon headlights. So far, I had zero issues with them. I mean, I take the pressure washer directly to them. They seem sealed really well. So I think for the price, for 200 something bucks versus having to have a company pull apart headlights and paint them, that's a great option. And the cool thing is these OLED bars that are on here are going to tie in with what we got in the boxes back there. So we'll start with the third brake light here. And again, like, we kind of went two directions on this truck. We went high-end custom painted, and then some things we ended up going with just how they come from the factory. This third brake light here is no exception. So this is the Recon third brake light, which you can probably see on the box right there. If you've seen any of my previous trucks, you know I'm a fan of blacking out third brake lights. Not a big fan of making them white. I don't know why, I just never done it. Maybe if I did it, I'd end up liking it, but I like blacked out third brake lights. Well, the cool thing about Recon is you can get a third brake light that is already blacked out, like we did here. So let's see if we can find a part number right there. There's your part number on this third brake light. You see it's got running light, brake lights, cargo lights in it. And I think it's gonna end up looking really good. We'll begrudgingly take the plastic off this once it's installed so you can get a better look at it. I mean, we can kind of compare it. There is a high-end, that's a Recon light as well, but it's been repainted, pulled apart, versus a factory one. And no, this video is not sponsored by, nor are these lights sponsored by Recon. So I will be very subjective here. And one thing I've noticed right off the bat is this weather stripping seems to have shifted in packaging, but I'm assuming it's just gonna stick back up there, maybe. We'll sit that right there for now. Now these I'm really excited about. This is gonna change the look of the truck drastically. Recon is a big fan of the box in the box. So these third brake lights are really cool. I don't believe they are these ones on the box. They shouldn't be these ones. Hopefully they're right. My boy over at Supreme ordered all this stuff up for me, so he's just going off of what I said, so I'm hoping these are the right ones. The ones I ordered are these right here, which has that OLED bar, which you're gonna see ties in with the one that's on the headlights. All right, here we go. It appears that they do have the OLED bar in them. It's a little hard to see on camera right now with the plastic on top. Obviously on these trucks, you get the one big center one as well as the two outside ones. Looks like it's got a really nice rubber gasket that goes on the bottom to hopefully seal these things, because I am terrified of doing cab lights and the risk of them ever leaking. Got our two small ones here for the outsides. Here, we'll pull the plastic off of these a little bit. I was hoping they'd be a little darker and a little more smoked instead of seeing like that big reflective surface on there, but I guess that's what happens when you get clear. I mean, it says available in clear and smoked. I think these are supposed to be smoked, but I don't know if they do these ones particularly in smoke. Looks like the only smoked ones are the ones where it's the individual dot LEDs versus the actual bars. So these are gonna be going on as well today. I might call my good buddy Sergio to help me drop that headliner and not screw anything up. Now this is what I'm excited for. This is the, hold on. Drum roll moment here. These are the custom painted Recon taillights that Supreme did for me. Let's get the packaging open. Smells, woo! Dang. All right, let's try and get them out here and don't damage them. Look at that, guys. That turned out sick. So me and Supreme have been going over kind of how we wanted to do things. I was actually thinking about going with black taillights, similar to what I have on the Denali over here. Because to me, the black just helps tie in with the little black accents. But the boys over at Supreme were like, let's try white. Like, let's do white and we'll do little black accents and just try something different. So this is what they came up with, which again, looks really sick. So they ended up painting that OLED bar right there black, whereas everything else just got painted white. I wonder what it's gonna do to the lighting. I know on this truck, where they painted the white daytime running light right there, it has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it because obviously it's coming through black paint. This is red, so I don't really know what we're gonna find out. So now nothing to it but to install. Let's go bug Sergio and see if he wants to come over here and drop my headliner. Sergio, are you done with my tow truck?
Yeah, man.
You're done with it?
Yeah, but I saw you
What?
still learning how to use it.
Yeah, well I need it's because I didn't have enough lights. I couldn't see what I was doing.
Oh, yes.
You got it wired up? We're good?
Yeah, we're done.
All right, perfect. Glad to hear you're done. Sergio, you want to drop my headliner on my truck with me?
Drop it or put it up?
Well, we got to take it down so we can put some lights on and then put it back up.
Push.
You're an expert. I mean, I know I'm certified now as what's our degree? Electrical engineer. Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer now. Degree? I forgot my degree. Well, I have so many degrees, Sergio. Yeah.
And
so,
I didn't give you actually your diploma, so.
Oh, it's coming in the mail. I understand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, take your time, Sergio. Take your time. So I honestly have like no clue where to even start on these headliners. The one thing I like about this here Chevy is literally everything just like pulls off of clips. Super easy to disassemble. Ready, Sergio?
Ready for what?
Let's do this. All right, we gotta act like we're installing a light bar on top for a cop car, and then it should like all just be instinct for you.
Okay, yeah, but normally we don't have the.
No sunroof?
No.
Oh, it's easier. You just crack the sunroof run the wire down, and then you're good. Oh, while we're here, Sergio, let's open that up for me, buddy. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, nobody said anything, but in previous videos, I've been having my little center console here pulled apart, mainly to access the USB port from the back of the Kenwood head unit. But we're gonna do it a little classier than that. We're gonna do similar to what I did on the OBS, whereas we're gonna replace one of the cigarette lighters, probably this one, with the USB port that Sergio has right there. And then the cool thing about this one is you can get multiple options. You can get some that are just powered, which is good if you wanna actually like just use it for charging, but this one will plug into the USB port in the back of the Kenwood.
We got it the first time. Wow. See how normally you have to go.
You normally don't.
Back.
You normally don't get it the first time. Like that,
you haven't heard of that?
So this one of these will be tied in to the actual head unit, so that way Apple CarPlay and all that will work. And then the other one, Sergio says he can power somehow.
Yeah. There's another one that has 2 wires, power and ground, and goes into a USB. So.
Gotcha. All right. So that'll be replacing that. So put that on our list today, Sergio. All right. So it seems like it's a T15 to get the visors off here. I'm gonna do my best here to not lose these screws. Just gotta pull this one more thing out here, Sergio. Good job not breaking this, even though it sounded like it broke.
Man, how do you do this with one hand all the time?
See, it's not easy. Listen,
Camera.
to everybody that gives me crap for filming other people work, trying to work and film at the same time, it's not easy.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's why I sometimes have to stand back to give you guys actually a halfway decent video versus like me being all up in here the whole time. I don't have, oh!
There you go.
I did it, Sergio.
Oh, this is really cool. I like these ones.
Oh, what?
Look, they don't have screws. They only like, yeah, put in place and they hold these clips in there. So now
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Velcro. All right. That should be far enough down, Sergio. Yeah, we only got 3.
Yeah, I see one hole here, one hole here.
And then, yep, there's the other hole.
Why do you drop it?
Why'd I drop what?
The headliner.
Cause you have to plug them in.
But it he pulls out with the connector and everything.
We could have done this all from the top.
Yeah.
Sergio, I'm gonna give you my diploma back, Sergio. I don't deserve it, man. I'm over here making more work for us.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, that's how I learned, Sergio.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, hey, let's do it from the top. Nah, I feel dumb as dumb gets. Well, hey, for everybody watching, this is super easy.
No, it was for you guys to see how you can drop the headliner.
Yeah, this was a learning experience for you guys that you can drop the headliner.
Not to do it.
If you need to. See, these come with, I don't know, I'm seeing some wire in here. Not exactly sure what this is for.
Oh, wiring the whole thing in case you don't have it.
Gotcha. So I paid for all this extra stuff I don't even need. Oh, this is like a whole install kit.
Yeah, it's a whole install.
You want to drill holes in your cab and all that stuff.
This is your fuse.
All right, let's see what the new one's gonna look like. Oh yeah, much better. Sergio, this might be the easiest install we've ever done. All right, just plug them in, feed the wire down through. Done. Slide them on. Sergio's already got his side done, looking a million times better. Should we just leave the center one orange? I think it'd be a cool look, right? Nobody's doing that. No leaks. Our goal is no leaks. You know, I probably should have tested these before I started screwing them on, so let's do that now before we finish. Turn the running lights on. All right, looks good, looks good. So we're getting my big fail of a headliner put back in place here now that the top is all done. All right, so now we're moving on to phase 2. We'll be swapping out the cigarette lighter here.
Oh, these are
what?
pain he has to take off.
Nah, we got this, Sergio. You got this, buddy. I got faith in you. So Sergio brought over this USB power unit. You can see it just has the USB female end on one side, and then it just comes out to this plug. I mean, we're gonna not use this plug, but 2 wires, positive and negative. We're gonna tap the positive and negative on the back of the cigarette lighter because this is always hot. I want it to be always hot because I charge my camera batteries pretty regularly and I don't want to have the ignition on to charge my camera batteries. Putting some butt connectors on the factory cigarette lighter wires there. So we got my boy Eric here. You may remember, owner of Wicked Maine Lobster and Minocqua Popcorn. We built his popcorn stand for him. And well, this is going to be the new owner of my Denali wheels and tires. All right, you got that? You want to get on my shoulders? Yeah. All right, watch out. I hope the weight's going to hold, but here goes nothing. Woo! We're good, boys. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, here she comes, Fern.
Here we go.
I love it. Love it when a plan comes together, Fern. Look at that. So far, 3 down in dang near the same amount of time it would take to do these by hand. And nobody gets hurt. It's gonna be a heck of an upgrade for the work truck, dude. Those might be too nice for these things. Jeez.
I'm a baller on a budget.
Right? Look at that, Sergio. Looking good, buddy, looking good. All wired up. They do make some that are cigarette lighter specific replacements. This one is actually not. No. It just so happens to work out. I use the exact same thing on my Ford.
The cool thing is they sent 2
nuts
that you can use. This one will be better, but because of the space that we have here, I don't want to cut anything or trim anything.
Gotcha.
So I left the other one.
And then we got 2 stubbed out hookups here. I think we'll do the top one. Top one will go to the radio, bottom one will be full-time power to charge my camera batteries. So the USB port is all installed. Looks pretty factory. This cover looks a little bit different than the factory one, which is right here. Unfortunately, obviously this won't work on this one, but I think it looks super clean. This is something that I would do to any truck that doesn't have dedicated USB ports like the newer trucks do. Next up, we're gonna do the old dingy third brake light swap again, something super simple. I love on these old trucks just how easy it is to pull all the lighting off. All right, guys, well, we've hit our first snag here. Unfortunately, I was sent the wrong third brake light there. That is not gonna fit. Looks great, looks a lot better than the old one, but unfortunately, not gonna fit. All right, there we go. This is off of a 2007 to 13, so we missed it by a year. Well, I guess we'll move on to the most important and probably the coolest part of these lights, and that is the tail lights. So you can see these boogers are a little bit dirty. Pull the individual lights out here. I'm not exactly sure how the other ones wire up. I probably should have looked at that first. So good, it looks like they just have these little wedge connectors, which basically all you do is pull the bulb out and this goes in where the old bulb was. And then the reverse light still uses the bulb. I will be swapping it out to LED. I just don't currently have one. Went ahead and connected all of the little connections into the original bulb sockets. And what I like about newer style lights now, they didn't used to do this back in the day, is you used to basically have to just tape this up and shove it back in your light, but now they are including space to tuck the wires, and the actual socket now has a place to lock in. That way everything's clean and hopefully watertight. Oh man, these things look so good. Get them tightened down. Well guys, you know it couldn't be that easy. First we had the wrong third brake light. Now the issue we're running into is I'm getting no running light on this light itself. So if you guys can see over here, the running light is what illuminates the OLED board around the outside edges. This side I've got nothing. It's not the light itself. I've actually pulled the plug from the light and plugged in just a regular light bulb, and I'm getting nothing. So we're going to diagnose this a little further here. So I just checked under the hood and it turns out the fuse is actually blown. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera. And if you guys ever run into this issue, it is your left rear parking or right rear, whatever it may be, one of the two. So I'm going to search here and see if we got a fuse in the shop. Maybe old Wesley's got something in one of his boxes here. I used to always carry in my 05 a whole fuse kit, but that is long gone with the truck. I'm gonna run to AutoZone. Unfortunately, Sergio already left. I know he's got a ton of fuses in his shop, so we're gonna go buy the replacement fuse, get this thing out, see what it looks like in the daytime, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like at night. So I've come to one of my favorite spots ever to take pictures. Usually the sunset behind me is totally awesome. I'm right in the middle of two lanes here and I probably look like an idiot talking to myself on camera, but I am super stoked with the way this turned out. One of the things I was worried about is anytime you're dealing with white anything, whether it's paint, lighting, whatever it may be, trying to like sync up different manufacturers' white is really hard, but I think we got it about as close as you can get it with the OLED bars in the Amazon headlights, the OLED bars in the Boost Auto mirrors, and the OLED bars in the Recon cab lights. And yes, I know the amber bulbs are totally killing the look right now. Those are all gonna get swapped over to white LEDs, as well as I'm gonna be swapping to LED headlights. If any of you guys have a favorite LED headlight that you have used on your Cat Eye that I know will fit, or that you know will fit, let me know down in the comment section, because there's so many dang options out there. I'd rather speak to somebody that has actually used some. And then of course, the creme de la creme, the taillights look absolutely killer. Supreme Retros did an amazing job on them. That little glow is like just enough coolness factor to it. I do wish we had the third brake light to like just completely finish off the lighting on this truck, but I have to say, super happy. And one thing I never showed before is the OLED bar on the headlights actually turns into the turn signal. So with that, we're gonna wrap up this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button. That way you do not miss out on any future content like what we got planned for the LLY build I'm sitting in. Don't forget to give this video a like and get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn.